We have a few exercises here to practice the onset of sound or the attack-release method. You'll see the first one on your screen. There's a measure to inhale, to set, and to pressurize. All right, you'll see notated above those 4 quarter rests to inhale for 2 beats. On beat 3, I want you to set, which means you set your tongue. Beat 4 is to pressurize the air. And then on the next measure, downbeat, where it says T, your first note, you release the tongue. Okay, so it will look like this and sound like this. I'll talk you through it. 1, 2, 3, 4, inhale, set, pressurize, release. Okay, that's what it's going to sound like. That's what it's going to look like and feel like. And so now we're going to do this exercise together from the very beginning. 4 counts before we inhale, set, pressurize. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And then exhale in the last measure. Pause the recording, back it up, practice that a few more times, get really comfortable with the inhale, set, pressurization, and then the release on the downbeat, and you'll feel more comfortable with that exercise. The next exercise we have has the same sort of preparatory breath entrance of a measure where you have 2 beats to breathe in, beat 3 to set, beat 4 to pressurize, and then release. But you'll see that we have a half note and then followed by 2 rests, 2 quarter note rests where it says set and still active. What I want you to do where it says set and still active is to put your tongue back on the reed. All right. And the still active part means that your air is still turned on, that you are supporting your sound through the rests. All right. Which means that you have your air turned on as if you were playing during those rests. I will demonstrate for you. You'll see the exercise on the screen. 1, 2, 3, 4, inhale, set, so instead of exhaling on the quarter rests in measures 2 and 3, I just put my tongue back on the reed and act as if I am playing through those rests. No sound is created there. I'm just using my tongue as a valve to stop the air. Okay? So let's try this together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then the last exercise I want to do with the attack-release method is on the screen now. Same measure of preparatory breath, set, pressurize, and then we have 2 quarter notes followed by a half rest, 2 quarter notes followed by a half rest, and then a half note. On the half rest, you'll see we have still active there. So we're doing exactly as we did in the previous exercise where we're putting our tongue back on the reed and using the air or the tongue as a valve to keep the air turned on while we're playing through the rest. Okay? No sound is happening there. We are still supporting our air during the silence. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, inhale. And then exhale. As a reminder, remember there are 2 methods for articulation. The one that you should first begin with as you're learning and as you're teaching is the he-t-t method. This is important to do first because it starts with an air beginning, an air start, and then we introduce the syllable t-t-t with the tongue after that. After that is successfully mastered by you and your students, you should move on to the attack and release method or the onset of sound method. This has 5 steps. It involves an inhalation, setting the embouchure, bringing the tongue to the tip of the reed and holding it there, pressurizing the air, and then the release of the tongue, allows the air to go into the reed to vibrate, and the sound to be created. Okay? Practice those. Practice these exercises back up in this video and redo those until you're really, really comfortable with that. And I think if you really hone in on the refinement of how you enter exactly at the right time when you want to, you'll be a reliable instrumentalist in an ensemble, and the conductors will appreciate your precision of your entrances. Happy practicing.